Hey everyone, what is up? It is I, Azucena Gonzalez. I'm just setting something up really quick. The lighting is not cooperating with me today. And you know what it is? I just realized that, it looks like a filter. Part of the reason why I didn't have this issue was because the sun was never this far out earlier, because of it being winter. But now obviously we're in summer and it's been a while, and the sun is in different positions as we go throughout the year, obviously. So now I'm having different things come up, but it's okay. I found a spot where you don't have this coming up. But yeah, so I'll be holding it with my little tripod thing. Thank you, Boo Boo, for getting this for me. So I'm just excited. Let me just go ahead and finish setting this up, and then we can go ahead and formally get started. Oh snap, it's already 5:32. Yes, it feels so good to be back. So some of you may or may not know, but I was in Turkey the last week, and it's been a whirlwind. Hey Marisol, hey, just getting back into everything. I experienced jet lag for the first time. That was something else. I was just kind of like, wow, is that what jet lag is? It was just, it's not pleasant at all. So, but I mean, thankfully, I'm alive and it went really well. So I can't complain. All right. So now that I set that up, I'm going to bring you over here. Ooh, got to bring my little notes. Okay, so yes, there, much better. Hey, okay, so like I was saying, the past week and a half, for the past week, I wasn't home because I was going to Yuma. I was picking up my mom from Yuma. Victor went with me. We were dropping off our dogs because we were going to be gone for some time. And we obviously couldn't leave the dogs here by themselves, even though they're old enough to. So we've just been all over the place, and this is the first maybe 6 days that we've been home. And just kind of we normally have to grocery shop, but I mean, just really getting back into it. Grocery shopping, picking up the dogs, making sure they have food, getting back into the fact that I can now enjoy Wi-Fi at my leisure at any time. Where over there, I mean, I could receive phone calls and texts, but my Wi-Fi usage was limited because my phone was not cooperating with me. Websites that I typically use weren't as accessible as they normally would be. Stuff like that. So I mean, overall, I overcame, but man, it was really cool and interesting. Which, because of my recent trip, is what inspired me to. Oh, I'm trying to get used to this little tripod, because I'm holding it with one hand. But because of the recent trip that I took is one of the reasons that I came up with today's topic of traveling tips, because I think it's super important. I know people like to travel. I like to travel. I don't as frequently as I would like to, but I'm changing that. So, yes. So real quick, my name is Azucena Gonzalez. I'm a realtor with Mojica and Associates, and I love what I do. I do real estate and fitness. I teach at Mountainside Fitness, and I will soon, in the very, very near future, will be teaching at EOS Fitness as well. Super excited to do that. And yeah, that's a little bit about me and what I do. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into these traveling tips. So who else likes to travel? Anyways, I know that I love to travel. Traveling is one of the biggest things for me. The first time I actually got to travel, at an age that I was very much more mindful, was in 2014. That was the first trip I ever took. That was the first time I ever got in the plane. So it's been recent. Hey, yeah. So I swear, it baffled me, because when I came back, I knew that if I didn't travel the world, that was upon me, because it was all there at my fingertips. And what I mean by that is, I can go on my phone, I can go on the computer, book a flight, book a hotel, book a hostel, whatever, and then make it happen. All I needed to do was show up with what I needed. my travel documents, and get there. Now I realized I say that people may not have that same leisure, but there's other ways to overcome. But anyways, so ever since then, I've been to a couple of different countries. So most recently we went to Istanbul, Turkey. I had been there before, so this was my second time, though. Last time it was maybe for a total of 2-3 days from when I had gone and come back from Greece, right, in 2016. So I guess I take big trips every 2 years, but I like to go somewhere different every time. But anyways, but because of that trip in 2014, there was a couple of things that stuck with me. And then there's some things that I learned this last trip that I was kind of like, you know what? People need to know this, because people that like to travel or want to travel just need to know the ins and outs so that they can have a wonderful travel. Now, that being said, the first one that I want to say is make sure that you practice packing before you need to pack for reals. Now, you're probably thinking, why? Well, the thing is, if you're anything like some other people, I tend to get a little stressed out, especially if people are coming over to my house, because Phoenix is has the airport for international flights. So people usually come to my house, family come to my house, and then we all take off, right? But, helping them get ready too. So then by you having done a practice pack, you already know what's going to fit or what you need to modify, and you're not worrying about it at the last minute, okay? And this means that you've already picked out the shoes, all your undergarments, all your clothes, your attire, any kind of equipment that you're taking with you. And I mean, you want to practice packing everything, because at the same time, it doesn't have to be so much in advance. Even if it's your trip is on Friday and you start and you do a practice pack Wednesday, that's great, because again, you want to make sure, are you taking your computer with you? Are you taking all these little things with you? I mean, you take things for granted, like lip balm, your tripod, your headphones, you know what I'm saying? Things to entertain other people that you're taking with you. Like, maybe you want to take some snacks. Maybe you need to remember to take your vitamins and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Just by doing the practice pack, you realize what you're going to need to take with you. Or it reminds you, like, oh, I forgot to get this. I haven't even thought about it. I need to go buy it, whatever. Okay. Another thing is making copies of stuff. And what I mean by stuff is you want to have, especially if you're traveling internationally, because you don't want to get stuck in another country. You're like, you want to go to wherever you're going, whether you're coming home or to another country or to your destination, okay? Whatever your destination is. So you want to make copies of your visa, and you want to make copies of your passport so that you can have them physically with you. One thing that I did is I put one in my wallet, because I would always carry that with me while I was traveling. Once I arrived to my destination, I put the copy of my passport in my luggage, because I don't need that. But I would carry my visa around, because I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't know. And then another thing was putting a copy of it in my luggage in case if I lost my bag, I know that it would be in my luggage if anything should happen. Now, a really nice thing, hola Mayra. Another thing as well is having not only a physical copy, but a digital copy. And what I mean by that, take a picture with your phone of your visas, of your itinerary, of your passports, and keep them in your phone. But another thing that you can do as well is making sure that you upload a copy of the important documents that you need to take with you to like your Google Drive or wherever that is. Hey, Tian. That way you make sure that if one fails, you have the other one as backup. Now, again, this is something that I learned back in 2014 because when I was volunteering abroad, and I was like, oh my God, that is so phenomenal. And seriously, like even one of the people that we went to Turkey this last week, I had told them to do that, right? And they were like, oh, that's a really good idea. And I'm like, yes. So it's not my idea, but yeah, it's a really good idea. Another thing is learn some words, learn some basic words. Like if you use the word bathroom, some people do not know what bathroom is, but if you say water closet or WC, people know what that is. So just being familiar with the fact that some of the words you typically use in your day-to-day language may not be familiar depending on where you're going. Again, they might be speaking another language as well. So we started learning some Turkish. So I'm all like, what did I learn? Guten morning. That sounds like I'm saying good morning with an accent. But I promise you, hi Selena. I promise you that's how you said good morning. Another one is pilaf. Pilaf I ended up picking up because it was rice. I was like, oh, rice. Yes, pilaf. I want some pilaf. I love rice. They make some really good, buttery, delicious rice, by the way. What was another word that I learned? I learned a couple words. I promise you I did. I learned teshakura dedum, which is thank you. Oh my God. Like, please forgive my accent for all you that are hearing me are just like, but bear with me. So those are some of the words, but I mean, ideally, some of these words before you get there, just that way you don't feel a lot of pressure of like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, what did you say? So yes, learn some words of wherever you're going, whether it's just, even if you're going to another place where they speak English, they have different words. I'm telling you, just do it. Okay. Talk with somebody who's been there or lives there and be like, hey, help me. Another thing is, and this one I highly, highly recommend. If there's one thing you can do this. Take things with you from your home that you want to give to other people that they may not have come in contact with. So one thing I started doing, even when the first time I traveled in 2014, was I took Mexican candy with me. Because one thing I noticed about Mexican candy is that it's specific to Mexico. Because it's Mexican candy. Oh my God. What I'm trying to say is that we have spicy candy. And that's not a thing in a lot of places. They're like, why is this candy spicy? So I've always made it a point to take Mexican candy with me. And I take a variety of Mexican candy with me. Like I'll take some pulparindos. I take some bocadins. I take some mazapanes. I take some duvalines. I take some bolitochas. I take some little paletas de sandia, covered in chile and stuff. So I can give that away to people that I encounter. So one thing that I would do is when we're at the Grand Bazaar, if I would buy something from somebody and it was an interesting interaction or we just had fun with it, I would give them candy and they'd be very thankful, actually. They were really grateful about it. But I was really happy because in my mind, I don't know where they've been. I don't know if they're going to ever go or if they're ever going to come across this candy. So if I can share a little bit about myself, why not? And people were really, really open to that. I think that we made some really good connections with the people from the hotel and then the people that we would frequently see at the bazaar and as we were walking back and forth, because we gave them candy and we interacted with them. And it was beautiful just being able to share a part of ourselves while we were also learning and immersed in their environment, So that's one big thing that I totally recommend you do. Now, so that's it for the traveling tips. There's a bunch more. There's so many out there, but those are some of the ones that just kind of stood out to me on this last trip. So then I hope that maybe these could help you whenever you go traveling. And let me know how your travels go. I'm always like, oh, that's so exciting. So because we're going to Chicago in a couple of weeks, we're going to a Tony Robbins event. Obviously, it's a domestic flight, so I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, I'll probably do a practice pack anyways. And then I'm not too worried about the English stuff. But, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so then I want to give a shout out to everybody who went to Zumba this past weekend. It was great. I got to meet some new people. Another fellow instructor. I was like, I see you, boo. Because I was like, ooh, he good. Anyway, so just thank you. It means a lot to me that people show up to these events. Don't be scared. Show up. It's all good. We're going to have fun. This is a no judgment area. It's a safe area. It's a safe environment where you can just go out there and have fun for an hour. Okay? So hang out with me. And the boo, because, he's there. And then, so yeah, thank you for coming out to Zumba. I'll be keeping you posted on the details for July. That should be coming up soon, because this year's just like, it's flying by. I'm like, what? I must be having a lot of fun. Another thing is there's going to be changes to my schedule for group fitness. I've actually got another class, so I'll be teaching about 2 classes a week in addition to any classes that I'm subbing. I'm not going to say what classes yet because I'm waiting for things to finalize, but I'm super, super excited. Anyways, I'm just like, oh my God. When you work on what you want to do and when you work on your goals and you're just like, oh, it's coming true. It can happen for you too. You just got to work towards them. So I'm really happy about that. Now, talking about the gym, tried a new Tabata class today at the EOS location in Tempe. It was super fabulous. Olga's the instructor. She killed it. I was like, but it's really good getting back into it. If you want to go and try the class with me, or if you want to start maybe going to one of the classes that I teach or that I will be teaching at EOS Fitness, let me know. I'm totally up for it. I love working out with other people. And then you can also check out the classes that I do, because I'm like obviously a big fan of them. Now that being said, after a lot of deliberation, I've decided, I'm so dramatic and I keep moving the tripod around, but after a lot of deliberation, I've come to the conclusion that this Friday, I will be debuting my Fit Fridays. So, Wednesdays, I do my What's Up Wednesdays, and I talk about a number of different things. As you notice, I don't always keep it real estate focused, because sometimes people want to hear other stuff, and that's fine. I understand that. And also, I'm just like, man, like, you can only talk so much about real estate. Like, I want you to see other aspects. But anyways, Fit Fridays will be totally about recipes, exercises, things that you can do at home, at work, whatever. It only, like I said, it has different stuff about nutrition and all kinds of stuff. I'm super excited for that, because as I said earlier, I focus on real estate and fitness, and with fitness comes nutrition and all that kinds of good stuff. So I'm super excited. So that being said, I will not be sharing today what I'm making for dinner. I'll be talking about it for Fit Friday. So yes. Anyways, so that's a wrap for today. Like I said, thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy to be back home and having internet. I swear I was like, what an ungrateful person, taking Wi-Fi for granted while I was here in the States. And now that because while I was over there, like I said, it would take hours to upload like pictures. And I was like, I fell asleep a couple of times. But yes, so I'm really happy to be back and to see you all. Anyways, okay, well, I'm gonna let you go. I need to get dinner started and let the babies in, because I left them outside, but they're okay. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. I hope you have a fabulous Wednesday. See ya.